Okay, we're back on the starting point, and we are very excited. We cannot lie to our face that we are very delightful and over the euphoria. But before we start the dialogue, I'm going to give you like a
A what?
yeah, like a quick question.
Okay.
So it's in correlation with what we are going to discuss, and
Okay.
and we have our guests here as well. So, why the superhero Batman uses the logo bat, not the letter B?
Oh. Because B is taken by Bobo?
Yes, yes,
Well,
because it's already
that's a wild
taken by
guess.
Bobo.
That's a good one. Did you just made that up?
No, I grew up with that joke as well.
Serious? Oh, wow. That's impressive. Good for you.
Okay, thank you.
For me. All right, so in conjunction with the celebration of the Dutch Children's Day on October 5th, 2023, and Child Magazine Bobo's 50-year journey in Indonesia, Erasmus Huis and the 17,000 Pulau Imaji Foundation held a literacy program themed Growing Up with Bobo. And right here in the studio of Starting Point, we have with us three very special gentlemen to discuss with us more about Bobo and also its legacy. First of all, we have Bapak David Togatorop, Editor-in-Chief of Bob Magazine. Welcome to Starting Point. Good morning. Secondly, we also have Bapak Bob Wardhana, Project Manager at Erasmus Huis. Thank you so much for being here. And finally, we have Bapak Yani Kurniawan, Production Manager at the Yayasan 17,000 Pulau Imaji. Thank you so much for being here. How is everyone feeling, gentlemen? After the event is over now, how was the event overall? Can we start with Bapak Bob first?
Yeah, I'm amazed. Yeah, because we really didn't expect that people were very excited to see the exhibitions, and people still remember their childhood with Bobo. And yeah, all of us here are are still over the euphoria. Yeah, about the number of visitors. Maybe Bob later will mention the numbers and how people create content. Yeah, with their cell phones, creating videos, upload them to the social media, and up to this day we are still very amazed and still cannot believe it.
What about you, Pa Bob? I mean, like it's at Erasmus Huis. How did you come up with this idea of inviting Bobo to celebrate this celebration at Erasmus Huis?
Firstly, what I can say, honestly, I don't know actually that Bobo come from the Netherlands. I thought Bobo is come from Indonesia, from Jakarta.
Yes.
Local.
So last year we have a brainstorming with Jakarta, Content Week, and also 17,000 Pulau Imaji to discuss to create a family program and special for kids. And they mentioned Bobo. Maybe we can do a Bobo exhibition. But I said normally we Erasmus organize an event should have a relation with the Netherlands. He said Bobo has a relation with Netherlands. And then okay. And then my boss came and said, "Oh, do you have Bobo here?" Yes, yeah, we have Bobo in Netherlands. And then we know that Bobo is come from Netherlands. Then we contact Chief Editor Bobo in Netherlands, we contact Chief Editor Bobo in Indonesia, and we discuss to bring this nostalgic trip to in the real life to Erasmus Huis and to show to the public, to the audience. And then we create the timeline when the Bobo start in Netherlands from 1968 and in Jakarta 1973. And then we create also a good title, Growing Up with Bobo. And then everybody came to Erasmus Huis, shared their stories, experience. And then we feel young and kids again.
We're always young at heart.
Yeah.
Especially with Bobo Magazine, because we also grew up with Bobo Magazine. And then, can you spill the number of visitors that came to the exhibition?
We have 4,720 during 10 days.
And I'm just curious, from that number, is it mostly like millennials coming, or is it mostly children? What is the demography of people coming to this exhibition?
This is more like balance between children and youth, and also parents, and also I can say like our Oma, Opa also. It's like people are relate with the Bobo. They come there. I grew up with Bobo. They are part of my life.
Yes.
So this is like, how do you call that? Like cross generation.
Yeah, so it's like a cross generation, and how the older generation wants to pass on the legacy of Bobo to the younger generations, and that is very relatable for us as well, because we would want our kids to at least know Bobo and his friends, and then Bona the elephant. But now, why the collaboration with the 17,000 Pulau Imaji?
Okay, so the 70 Island was created to continue a mission to promote Indonesian content abroad. So we are in long partnership with the Frankfurter Buchmesse, and we collaborated with many foreign agencies such as Erasmus Huis. Like Mas Bob said, the discussion were ongoing since last year, but we were waiting about the correct momentum. So the idea is there to bring Bobo to Indonesia, and then Bobo from the Netherlands to Indonesia. And we set the date, well, like next year, it's coincide with the 50th anniversary of Bobo.
Just the perfect time.
Yeah, perfect timing, perfect timing. So we get the ball rolling, and the reception was good from the Bobo Netherlands, and of course from Bobo Indonesia, and we want to share that enjoyment. Well, many of us, including from Erasmus and us at the foundation, grew up with Bobo, so we want to like amplify that excitement back again to the public, so that we decided to, okay, let's go with it, and it turns out pretty well. I mean, for example, that number Mas Bob mentioned was just for the exhibition. During the registration for the opening, the capacity of the library was about 75.
Only accommodate.
Yeah, they can only accommodate 75 here, but the registration was over 400. Yeah, we opened the registration in like 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days, and like 400 people registering in a short notice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that people is really, really enthusiastic about Bobo magazine.
I mean, of course. I mean, this is such a surprise for everyone, because like, especially for our generation now, we haven't touched that magazine for so long. And then finally now we can come to this exhibition. You provided this exhibition where there's all this magazine, and people are basically like walking back to history.
Exactly.
Can I please just go to Pa David? Pa David, can you share with us? I mean, you have been the editor-in-chief of Bobo. Can you please take us back in history, walk us back to history? What has been memorable throughout your journey as the editor-in-chief in Bobo, and what you think have been so significant by bringing Bobo to the childhood memories of children?
Yeah, like many of Indonesian people, I grew up with Bobo, like all of us here. I literally walk every week to the newsstand to buy majalah Bobo with my own pocket money. Yeah, so now I'm a part of the editorial team. I still cannot believe it. Yeah. By the way, I also share the same birthday as Bobo.
Oh, happy birthday, Pa.
Happy birthday, Pa.
So my friends came to the office, happy birthday. Oh, it's for Bobo. No, it's for you as well, Mas. Gitu kan. Okay, thank you. What I believe is that whatever product we create, when it has good values and when it has good purpose, good goals, it will stay forever in our hearts, in our minds. And that's what Bobo is all about. Sharing good stories with good values. And they are still remembered by people today, by the older generations. And I agree with you when you mentioned that the older generation wants to pass the torch, to pass the value that they believe when they were kids, when they were young. And people bringing their children to the exhibitions. And I believe that that is a good sign that amidst all the technology disruptions today, people still believe in printed edition. Yeah, people still believe in good values. Yeah, people still want their children to be good people in the future, and people still need role model, good role model. And what we are grateful is that Bobo can provide all of those to the younger generation.
Yeah, I think it's good, Pak David, because I personally think that Bobo, I mean, now I can look back and how Bobo magazine has not has been a part of me growing up as well as a kid. And maybe at that time we didn't really have the choice as well.
Yes.
But looking back, how the contents in Bobo magazine is a mix of entertainment for kids and also the educational factor as well.
Exactly.
And that is something that we actually need nowadays with the technology disruption. And it is like a guarantee that you can give like a
Good values.
yeah, a good value, the right printed media or like a reading for our future generation.
Also, one of the most important thing is that Majalah Bobo encourage the love of reading,
Yes.
Yes.
the love of writing. Yeah,
Yeah.
And we are lacking that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Children don't like to read much, and when they find something good to read, and they will grow the love of reading. And
I
we can
agree.
start with Majalah Bobo.
Yeah, it is such a big concern nowadays, especially we see a lot of bookstores getting closed down because kids nowadays, as you said, they don't really read as much, and instead they watch YouTube. And I mean, like, just looking back, I feel like that is what the goodness of Bobo is, because you are given just this book that you need to focus on, and you are practicing reading, you're practicing all the, there's the teka-teki silang and everything all in one package, and it's such a safe environment for the kids. And as the tagline goes, Bobo, teman bermain dan belajar, Bobo. It's like everything all in that one book. Whilst today, kids, they watch YouTube and you don't know what they're watching.
Yeah, what they're watching. You don't know what they're reading. So in Bobo, in one magazine, we know that we don't have to worry what they're reading, and it's a safe
environment,
safe content,
educative,
and educative. And what makes the challenges that you may face along the years with all the technology convergence and the changing?
That is the most ultimate challenge. But also we face the challenge that people still want to read Majalah Bobo, but not many people want to sell Majalah Bobo, because street vendors transform into selling some other things, and people find it quite difficult. I want to read, I want to buy Bobo, but where? Newsstands are no longer there. So we do have the subscription channel, and we do have some other channels where people can easily buy in digital form or in printed form. And I hope that we can find a way, to make it more accessible when people want to buy books, when people want to buy magazines. They don't have to drive along to the distant bookstores, but we can find some easy ways to make it more accessible.
That is the ultimate challenge, as you said, with these days, and that doesn't apply just to Bobo magazine. I mean, it applies to even newspaper. Like all other magazines.
Though it is very accessible back then as well, because I remember, I know on a certain day, my Bobo magazine will arrive on my doorstep, right? Or else, if I forgot to subscribe, or my mom like grounded me, okay, no more Majalah Bobo because you haven't done your homework. But then I will look to it at the newsstand as well. So I think Bobo has changed the reading culture in Indonesia as well, especially for our generation. We have given our testimonies, but how about you as the editor-in-chief, and also how do you feel from the outside too, seeing Majalah Bobo has changed the Indonesian culture?
I think it's safe to say that we as a collaborator with Majalah Bobo and then with Erasmus House, we need to adapt to these challenges as you mentioned it. I remember during the discussion, I talked with Renske. Renske is the chief editor of Bobo Netherlands. So she explained to us during the talk that, of course, we are adapting. That is why now Bobo Netherlands is also creating content, educational content, like sing-along or adventures with Bobo through their YouTube channels. And it is, I think it is quite growing.
Yeah.
Quite growing, and but so they identify which platform is the kids nowadays use, and they target that platform to create their content there. So that's adapting. Well, it's not. I think it's not. Of course, it will not be easy, but we're starting. I think Bobo Indonesia is also trying to push into this platform as well, like YouTube. So they have their own channel.
Yeah, I think somehow we need to merge to the
Yeah.
current digital technologies right now to keep up. If we can just go back to the exhibition, Pak Bob, can you please explain to us what was the highlight of the exhibition that we had, and what did it capture the essence of growing up with Bobo for the audiences who came?
First thing, Erasmus as a bridge between Netherlands and Indonesia. That what we bring in Erasmus Huis to the audience, to the public. Then when we bring Bobo Netherlands and Bobo Indonesia, and then they know that, oh, this is like sharing culture heritage. And then also what surprised us also, on Saturday, the 14th October, we have 2,326 audience in one day.
In one day.
Wow.
In one day. Normally we have only 200, 100 is one day. And then this the enthusiasm, because I saw there also that Bobo is still relevant until now. They want to read, they know the stories. Because I notice I myself, when I like to read Bobo, because not only the story about the family, but also you can read Denny Manusia Ikan, the adventures story also. That means this is like a good part. You have everything there. It's very enjoyable. What we are very happy that the highlight is the nostalgic trip. Actually. Yeah. That people have time to come there, to stay, to look, and they bring their own magazine, their own private collection, and also all present that has ever given by Bobo. People always give a present to kids if they buy Bobo magazine, they have present, and they bring that. I still have this. I still have this. I mean, like those who has now, I don't know, become a manager or sit in a good position of somewhere. They said, I am here. So Bobo as a part in my life. It's also it's my reading companion. I mean, like, because Bobo, as also mentioned from Pak Toga and Mas Yani, because they have heartfelt stories, very sincere, that create a good character of people. That's why when the people bring their own kids, they want to tell them, you still need to read this. That's why, because this is also, you don't need to filter, because Bobo is already good.
And with the number of visitors for the exhibition, it proven that Bobo is still there. It's the existence of Bobo for 50 years here in Indonesia is still recognizable by the cross generations. And I strongly agree that people come there to give the younger generation how Bobo can be also your companion.
It's like sharing a piece of our childhood to the next generation.
It's like passing on the torch. It's passing on the Bobo legacy. And you mentioned about the characters as well. We know Bobo has different characters, but the characters in Bobo magazines are quietly very catchy with the names, and it's easily to remember. And there are lots of stories as well and content, like the short stories, the cerpen, and then the comic strips. And what are your personal favorites, or maybe the some of the visitors' favorites, and they think as it as a personal memories for them, and like they think it's an artifact as well.
Because Bobo, the story is very human. First of all, I like to read, to see the character of Paman Gembul. He likes to eat. Yeah, we likes to eat. And then I like Paman Kiku. He's very messy, is awkward. I mean, this is relate with us.
Yeah.
We don't pretend to be somebody else. We are who we are. And then when people growing up, become themselves. Then I like to read Denny Manusia Ikan. I like the adventure story. I like the serial story. And then make me wait for the next edition of Bobo. What is the next story? What they are going, what kind of problem they are going to solve? I mean, like, and you find that there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. There's a piece of each of our individualism and character in all the characters in the Bobo magazine. Perhaps Mas Yani can share what is your favorite character in Bobo?
Well, of course Bobo, but I love my favorite has got to be Rong Rong.
Rong.
Yeah, the Siamese cat.
All right. I was like trying to remember which one is Rong Rong.
Yeah, the bonus companion. And my favorite comic strip was probably Pak Janggut. Yeah, that's Bobo also teaches about patience. I mean, you have to wait for a week for the next chapter.
Yeah.
I think that what particularly for me that really interesting was when Bobo during the exhibition we display two, if you can call, artifacts. To the first edition of Bobo from the Netherlands and from Bobo Indonesia. So they come in bundles already.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then you can see the transformation from the original Bobo, and then along the way how the style changes, how they adapt with the illustration as well. I think that is probably also my highlight from the whole fair. Seeing them actually holding these bundles for the very first time, I think the memories just came back flooding.
I'm curious though, as someone looking from the outside, you know, and you say you see all this Bobo magazine from the start to how it has evolved till now. What has changed so far?
I think the first one that's very noticeable that is the illustration. So it used to be, I think Mas David can confirm it to you. So the first edition of Bobo is straightly adapting, so they just translate the text. So the illustration is the original illustration.
Okay.
But I think starting about, perhaps Mas David can confirm it to you. Now what you see from Bobo, the illustration is everything is done by Indonesians.
Indonesian illustrators.
Indonesian illustrator.
Oh, okay.
So from what you can say European style, and now it's just fully transformed to Indonesian style.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to Mas David now. I'm really curious. I mean, it is also a fun fact to me, to be honest, to know that Bobo is actually from Netherlands and not from Indonesia. I mean, we've had this magazine all this time. So can you please share with us a bit of a history, how it ended up being here and being so widely circulated in Indonesia?
Yeah, the founding fathers, if we can say the founding fathers of Bobo. Yeah, I knew her personally too, and once she was on a trip to the Netherlands. Yeah, there wasn't any majalah Bobo at the time in Indonesia. Once she was on a trip to Netherlands, and she was sitting on the bench waiting for bus or something, yeah. And then she saw a piece of paper, one piece of paper from majalah Bobo Netherlands. And she looked at it and she said, wow, this is good. Yeah. And she returned to Indonesia, and then she had a discussion. She talked to the decision makers in Kompas Gramedia at the time. Why don't we publish this magazine? Yeah, so she returned to the Netherlands and did the business there with the publisher, etc., and the rest is history. So it started from one piece, torn piece of paper from Bobo, Netherlands, and then it goes 50 years in Indonesia and 50 or 100 years more.
That's the journey how Bobo ended up in Indonesia. But it's quite a cute story, and how actually it's very simple but make a good impact and a long run until now. It's 50 years of Bobo. Bobo is even older than us.
Of course.
But then, like from time to time, years to years, it's been adapted from it's only being translated from Netherlands to Indonesians, and now it's all done by Indonesian illustrators. But how significant is the adaptation and the changing? Is Bobo magazine this generation, in this new generation, are there new characters or new stories of Bobo that you can tell us?
Yeah, the adaptation is there. Yeah, we transform from European style, yeah, to local style, in Indonesian style. But what's more important is the story behind, behind the drawing, behind the text, and I believe that is what touches people's heart. And characters come, there are new characters, surrounding the Bobo family universe, or some other characters coming in the Bobo magazine. But the values, the stories behind all the characters, behind the drawings, are more important. And like I mentioned before, we were amazed to know the story that people have. People wrote on social media. I read their comment on the social media, and they came to me personally. I remember the exact stories. When I read this story, I was with my mother in the living room, and she made me a cookie. So now, as I read this story again, my memory travels back to the moment I was with my mother, and that is more beyond treasure. That really touches. We touch people's life like that, and that is much more important than than the physical form of the magazine itself. How it touch people's heart.
Apart from the memories, though, Pak David, what would you say is the core values that Bobo is trying to transfer to the readers out there?
Friendship,
and
respect for others,
respect
and love for others, and always be joyful and playful, and always have the eagerness to learn.
That's nice.
Yeah, I remember that Bobo always has the answer for everything, right? By being joyful, and then maybe that's what we need. Like if you are having problems, and especially in our age now, and then you remember Bobo, so we can look back how the moral values that Bobo has given to us along the years.
My companion from the Netherlands, Renske, the chief editor from Bobo Netherlands, was also amazed about the reaction of Indonesian people to Majalah Bobo, and she said, it's amazing how the jolly blue rabbit can create such great movement in Indonesia. She was amazed, more amazed than us probably.
Yeah, so Bobo has been our friend for like forever that we can remember. And we will talk more about Bobo, I guess, and most importantly about the collaboration and the exhibition and the 50th anniversary of Bobo, right, Lisa?
Yeah, we will go for a short break now, so stay with us on Starting Point. You are back on Starting Point, and at this special dialogue, we are still discussing about Bobo's 50-year journey in Indonesia with our very special gentleman here. We want to talk more and know more about the exhibition that has just happened recently. Pak Bob, if you can share with us what was very unique from this exhibition, and perhaps what was very special feedback that you get from your audiences.
What they like most is the family program.
Okay.
When the parents can come together with their kids, their own children. Mostly Erasmus has like we have like jazz concert, classical concert, not focus on the kids. When we have Bobo, we see that they want like Erasmus like can be also like a picnic destination, like to
like
have
a family day.
Family day. Yeah, let's. Yeah. Then Erasmus in the past we have mass theater and dance. Also, the theater without a dialogue, but can be easily understand by kids and also parents. That's why in Erasmus we focus also the program on family, because Erasmus also have monthly film also for the family, for the kids. Now when we saw they are coming to Erasmus Huis, they gather together because in Erasmus there's also a library. We have an exhibition room, we have an auditorium for the concert, and the kids can see also. They can come and visit library and see the book and read the book. Before we still have Donald Duck, but in Dutch. I mean
that's also interesting.
Yeah, because if you want to learn very simple Dutch, you can read Donald Duck because it's not difficult to understand. What we learned, people is hungry to have a good program that create for the kids, for the family. When they come, they can join together. Bobo is a very perfect example.
And now you have a full shelf of Bobo.
We have a few Bobo magazine, but in Dutch language version.
Dutch language.
We have also but we just receive because of this exhibition.
Okay. Yeah, I think the exhibition also contributes some of the new markets to Erasmus as well,
Yeah,
especially for literacy.
Yes. Now they know that they can come to Erasmus because we have library, we have book for kids and also for everybody, for youth. That means not only culture center just to see the exhibition of concert, but there's also library. You can read, and then you can spend your day there. That's what we are very happy because Erasmus can give as an alternate venue for the family program or for the parents in Jakarta to visit.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, like that's exactly what we need living in Jakarta, because usually people will just go to the mall and it's just go to the park but it's like polluted now. So I guess that's another option that family can spend during their weekend. To Mas Yani, perhaps, how did 17,000 Pulau Imaji get this collaboration together with Erasmus Huis in the first place, and what do you have in mind for your next projects?
Okay, so we have this quite long, relatively young, but foundation. But we have like 4 years collaboration with Erasmus. Like Mas Bob said, that Erasmus was usually their program consisting of concert, but now in the past few years they were extending into also literature, and then we became a perfect partner for them. So we have already several authors coming to Indonesia, facilitated by Erasmus House. Now, once this Bobo exhibition comes to an end, there's been a talk. So we will be having our 4th edition of Jakarta Content Week. It will be organized. It will be staged in Taman Ismail Marzuki in 8 until 12 November. So crossing our fingers, so we might be able. So we are still in talks with Bobo Magazine to extend the exhibition there. So while crossing our fingers, we will be having a small Bobo exhibition there as well.
Right. Can I just confirm, Mas Yani? So did the idea of having this Bobo magazine came up from you? Well, from Pulau Imaji?
In a sense, yes.
It come from the idea that Erasmus want to create a family program, kids program.
Okay.
So then we discuss with Pulau Imaji in the literacy. what we can have for the family
see.
program.
We chime in with Bobo since we know that Bobo came from the Netherlands.
Yeah, even I've been working so long at Erasmus Huis, I don't know this Bobo comes from the Netherlands.
This is what, yeah, a fun fact for everyone, and so you can say that it worked out well.
Yeah.
Like from it was just an idea to have a collaborative effort, a teamwork from Bobo magazine, Erasmus, and also Pulau Imaji as well.
Yeah.
Then Pulau Imaji has as a foundation. It also get the impact from this exhibition. How significant is it? It was.
I think it's quite significant. So it has been our mission to promote literacy and reading culture, and this, of course, only the result, the anticipation, and the reception from the audience only strengthen our belief that people in Indonesia are still reading books. Contrary to other people say that they don't read books, but
we will
people
continue
still read
to
books,
encourage that for the next generation, this generation and the upcoming generation. Now look what I have here, Ticha. I have the two Bobo magazine. This is the Bobo 50th anniversary magazine. And this one is for the Cerpen and the Dongeng. I think I should just pass this to Pak David to explain to us these two very special magazines.
These are our gratitudes to our readers, to Indonesia, and to our friends in Netherlands, because we create this to show that these are our milestones. Yeah, these are this show inside this edition. Show the pictorial stories, yeah, and in these editions we have the short stories and the fairy tales, yeah. So when we first published these yellow editions, we did not expect that people will go crazy about it. Yeah. It sold out very, very quickly, and people kept asking us, where can we get these? So we publish these in 2 pre-orders. Yeah. So still until today, people still ask, where can we get these? And this just published recently. Yeah. Inside this are the best short stories and fairy tales that we have published during our 50 years journey in Indonesia.
Oh wow!
So it shows our curated stories from literally thousands of the stories we have, with the best hand-drawn illustrations, with the best illustrators that have worked with us over the past 50 years.
Wow! Yeah. I saw my friends posted the Bobo 50 Years magazine, the one that the gold one, and then they said it on the caption, "Finally, my Bobo magazine has arrived," and yeah, and it's so good that we still have that enthusiasm, because I believe that those who posted it are the same age as ours now, and then they would want to pass it on to their children as well. And I cannot believe that how it's being curated from thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, article stories that have been published over 50 years in Bobo magazine.
And lots of people say they don't buy magazines, they buy memories.
Oh wow!
Oh yes,
That is
That's
such a
true.
good tagline.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again
Thank
for the anniversary of Bobo, 50 years, and we really hope for the best for Bobo. Let the legacy continues, and I hope that Bobo will keep encouraging kids, children to keep reading, and not just to play, but teman bermain dan juga
Belajar. And yeah, hopefully you will open another pre-order, because we haven't had our copy as well. We would really want to get our hands on that.
Which one?
50 years.
This one or this one?
to revisit the memories
Yeah,
again.
to revisit the memories. And yeah, 50 years. So hopefully there will be Bobo 100 years anniversary as well. We are looking forward for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you again,
Thank you so
our
much
guest.
to our guest, Bapak David Togatorop, Editor-in-Chief of Bobo Magazine, Mas Yani Kurniawan, Projection Manager at Yayasan 17,000 Pulau Imaji, and of course, Bapak Bob Wardhana, Project Manager at Erasmus House. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much
here
for
at
being with
Starting
us.
Point. Yes.
Thank you for inviting us to share the stories.
And also for Bobo here, he's been joining us as well.
Hi, Bobo.
Hi, Bobo.
And for our audience, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again next time. I'm Luisa Kusnanda.
And I am Aisyah Fabian, and we will give you the best memories from Bobo as well. Hopefully, you have the best time watching us and be with the discussion that we had.
Okay.
So we wish you a very good day and see you again. Bye-bye.